Hello, everybody. How y'all doing today? Hopefully you're doing all right. I'm doing okay. I had another rough night, but you know, things are what they are, I guess. Cough seems to be a bit better. Cough seems to be a bit better though, so I guess that's a good thing. Yeah. Hello. How y'all doing? We need to blockify some of this before we do anything. For Kirk, resubscribe for 57 months. Says 57 months of frickin' bliss. For you? Or, like, who had the bliss here? Because I feel like it was you. Mm-hmm. Getting to hang out with me for 57 months? That's what I'm saying. Like, who wouldn't want to do that? That sounds like an awesome time. Yeah. Right? Right. Otakara resubscribed for 62 of the months. Says, woot. Thank you very much. And Commander, thank you very much for that Twitch Prime. Oh, starting off the day with a... Oh, we already got a hype train? What the crap is happening? That's a what the crappening. Oh, that should be a shirt. What do you guys say? Would you guys buy a shirt that said what the crappening? That sounds awesome. I'm lucky you love me? Am I? I don't know. Just based off of the things today alone, I got an elbow to the arm, right? And then, you know, I'm sick because somebody got sick. I'm just putting that out there is all I'm doing. Just putting it out there. Okay, sorry, I'm a little distracted. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, here we go. Fatboy Fitz, thank you very much for resubscribing for 26 months. 25 friggin' months of this crappening. Or, yeah, 25. Why did I say 26? Whatever. Whatever. Okay. It's fine. Blame Perks. Thank you. Thank you. You followed? Nice. Just as long as you're, you know, not like getting to that stalker kind of range, then everything will be okay. All right? Just don't get to that point, and then we're fine. We're fine. Thank you. We do have a hype train going on, so, you know, you could let it derail and crash and burn and all of that stuff. Or you could not. You know, either way, really, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it is the first one of the day, so I feel like it's destined for crash and burning. But, you know, what's the goal for the stream today? To do stuff. You must be new. So I don't really plan streams. I generally come into them with maybe an idea of something that could possibly be a thing that I do. But I don't always stick to it. Half the times the plan, and I used air quotes, that I have actually never happens. So right now I need to clear out some of this space because it's a lot of balls in the air there. And then we're gonna have to figure out what to do with this many slime blocks. Cause holy dang. We got a lot. Okay. Hello. Sorry. I noticed that, and then you had to do things with it. Something I do want to do is right through this here way. If we go up this way, I've decided. Now I know I said that like my base is going to be underground, but I think, I mean, my base is still going to be underground, but I kind of. I kind of want to incorporate this area as well. So what I'm thinking is like a redesign of the houses and all of that kind of jazz. There's a lot of terraforming that has to happen as well, or at least like paths. What? Ooh, where? Are there still villagers up here? Oh, no way. Hello? Hi! How you doing? All right. You got that guy there, and I guess this guy over here. Haha. Hello. Goodbye. Ha! You all suck. Gotcha. Oh. Ah, no. No. That missed. What the suck? Hot center fruit. Oh god, I am just whiffing hard today. Maybe I turned left-handed like Corrales. Sorry. Oh wow, that wow. That hype train just really just died. Wow. Y'all just let it happen. How do you feel about that? Let's talk about that. All right, so anyway, we're going to need to clear some of these trees and that sort of thing. Let us get back down in the hole. Okay, we're going to... like a boss. Yeah. All right. Like I said, we need to clear some of the trees, figure out where the pathing is going to go, and all of that stuff. Look at this. You see this? I'm like, hi, and then Azuma's just like, peace out, suckle. You see how rude that is? It's freaking rude. The hype train ended up in the mega base cave. Now, this was a successful hype train, you see. There's a difference. Rude. Okay. So we've got I've got a plan for something that's going to come up out of the hole over here. Not that hole. That hole. And then it's going to come up this way, or part of it, stuff is going to come up this way. And so we could clear some of these trees. Shoot you in the toes. Ha. Scrub. Wonder how late it is for X. Which X? Me X or Azuma X? How do you keep a hype train going? Bits, subs, gift subs, resubs, that sort of thing. Hello? Miruski, thank you very much for resubscribing for 58 months. I really do appreciate that. Let's get some love in the chat. Oh, yeah. Did you see how they tried to turn on me? Like jerks? Like I'm setting up this amazing thing and with fabulous prizes, and then they just try to turn on me? Like what even is that? Like, what did I do to deserve that? You know? Like, wow. I didn't even do anything. It's your first time here. What are my plans for the season? I don't really have any. Mostly just trying to enjoy the game and hang out with peeps and peeps, both you peeps and, you know, Hermitcraft peeps. Just hanging out, having a good time. I decided at the beginning of the season, I kind of wanted to get back to where I enjoyed doing this on a daily. And so that's helped a lot, actually, because I've gone through a couple burnouts. Like I played the very end of season 2, and then I hammered it on season 3, and then I didn't play season 4, and then I came back season 5 and hammered it again, and then didn't play season 6. And then I kind of took it a little bit slower in season 7, but not really. Like, it was a little bit slower, which, like I say, kind of helped a little bit. And then season 8, I feel like I kind of hit it hard a little bit, which I don't want to burn out, and so I mostly just want to concentrate on just hanging out with people and doing all that. So I guess that's my plan. Is to just hang out and have fun. Yeah. So I got hammered every other season. Well, if you would have actually listened, Kratos, instead of that stuff that's on your other screen that you're always worried people are going to see your search history for, you would have heard that I said hammered it, not got hammered. Okay? Just putting that up. Doc talked about the importance of pacing yourself in his last video. Yeah. And I'm so if you're not familiar with how I do things, I'm not a person that is a big fan of like finding an area and then making it fit my base. I'm more of a person that likes the place that fits my idea for my base, if that makes sense, which it does because that's how it works. So I like to build into things instead of building, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really see the point in terraforming some giant area if you can just find a place that fits what you're already trying to do. Know what I mean? While the spruce trees. I'm just clearing out this area so we can get a better look at what we're dealing with, because I want to... I mean, I talk about not wanting to terraform a place, but this place we're going to terraform. Because this wasn't my initial idea. My initial idea was just down in the cave doing all that stuff. But I've decided that I'm going to expand it upward and outward. And so we need to get this place working. Yeah. Yeah, I don't actually need the wood. I'm just clearing the trees to get a better look at the area. Sometimes you pick the place, sometimes the place picks you. Yeah, I feel like a lot of builders, they get a sorry. They get a build and then like they force an area to fit the build. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not how I do it or how I enjoy doing it, I guess. So Poster Nerd, thank you very much for the 2-month resub. I do appreciate it. Chosen BC, resubscribing for 8 months, says, hey, brother, sounds like you're feeling better. Good to know. Yeah, a bit. Like I say, the cough is better. But, yeah. Risky, thank you very much for gifting that sub to Rocky Squid. I do appreciate that. Yeah, so just to give like an idea, I had an idea of a train to build into a cave. I mean, obviously it's, that's kind of the thing is building it into a cave. But it couldn't be just like any cave. Like I had to find the cave that like I saw it and I was like, "Oh my god, yes, this is the one." You know what I mean? To fit that build how I pictured it, Cuz otherwise I could have just dug out some giant hole or whatever. But yeah. Okay. Let's get a bit of a better view. I mean, we're getting there. So, like I said, I think we're gonna like redo the houses. I think I'm gonna take the house out of there and just get rid of it. Maybe we'll build like a little bit of a bridge across. Maybe put some houses over there, or I guess we could just keep it all over here. Maybe have a path going down into that hole. But definitely take that out. And then we'll have to redo the houses. Like, we're not going to get stupid with it. They're going to be, simple to kind of tie back into just Minecraft, right? Right. Feeling a bit better, thanks. Ouch, further. Base tour? Yeah, in a second. We have to go down in a second anyway. So. I mean, there's not really a lot there. So, it's kind of dead space, really. A huge snow globe? I mean, like, season 7, I did giant domes. I mean, that's kind of the same thing, right? Wow. Y'all see what I put up with? Perks is asking if I want a throat punch. Like, what the crap? Y'all see what I deal with on the daily? Violence. Just pure violence. A moon base? Didn't someone do that on one of the seasons? Build a moon base in the end? Isn't that a thing that somebody did already? Like, wasn't that already done? You know, it'd make me happy. Hopefully you do, because I don't. I don't know where that Angerman was coming from, but... What? No, I did not look at you, sir. 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 Yeah, you coming to my house again, suckle? That was rude. You just coming all up in my house uninvited. All right, so here is the base. Let's get out here where you can get like a good view of it. So there it is. It is a giant train car, like a passenger car for a train. It was built by AKA there in the chat. There. And so the idea is that
F when we crack, ref 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 when we
that's
crack, ref when
awesome.
we crack, ref when 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 we crack.
Oh, that's so good. Oh boy. Okay, that was good times right there. That was good times. So anyway, the idea is that giants used to live here in this world or whatever, and then they had a train running through here, and for some reason this one got stranded, left behind. All the giants made it out. Like I've seen people asking, saying I should build giant skeletons and that. I'm not going for all of that. Like the giants may not be here anymore, but their skeletal remains are like somewhere else. Like maybe Hypno's base or something because he's a scrub. But then normal, or what we would classify as normal sized people came along and somehow happened to cross it, which I'm thinking is because of that. Like maybe they were living there and then that kind of collapsed in, as you can see. And then they looked down and they're like, oh my God, there's a thing. And then they came down and they took it over and now it's like their place, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? XB visit Mumbo. I'm going to go with a pretty solid no on that one. But thanks, though. And Thora, thank you very much for the 2-month resub. Says, hey there, hope you and Ferks are doing better. We are. Still not completely out of it, but we're getting there. And Fitz, thank you very much for the 1,500 bits and the F1 recrackers. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is just a giant small toy, though. No. This is their actual train car. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then back here, we've got our storage area. This is a copy of one of the structures in 119 in the Deep Dark City thing place. And then I added on to it, trying to tie it all in together, which I think I did a pretty decent job of doing. You see? And then that's our dump chest. That's where we dump things. Like if we have things in our pockets that actually are filtered currently, we just toss it in there. Actually, is grass filtered? It might be. Crims. Oh, wait. Cosmin Papa. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. Playing dang it, Bobby. I appreciate that. If you ask nicely, XP may do that one thing over by that certain place. What are rewards points used for except for gambling? That and I guess bragging rights? Maybe? I don't know. I haven't really like done much with them, so yeah. Yeah, see, and then you can do stuff like that. You can highlight your comment. You know what I need? I need a sugarcane farm. That should be a thing I have. Alfie, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime. I do appreciate it. You know, people, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. Gives you a free 30-day sub to the channel of your choosing. You don't have to use it here. Actually, if you really wanted to, what you could do is you could grab your sub, your Prime sub, or your gifted sub, or whatever it is, and pop on over to Cleo's, because it is Cleo's born day, okay? And then you give it to Cleo. That's what you do. See? That's what the big brains do. Did I tell you to grab your sub? I did. You got a problem with grabbing your sub? Is it like dirty or like what's up? I'm really nice to Cleo if I think about it. I mean, I don't think about it. I'm just me. And I like to think I'm a nice guy. Like, have you seen the things I've given away this season? I have stuff. Some people don't have stuff. I like to give people stuff so they have stuff. Because I don't need all that stuff. What is that stuff? Like, it's not doing me. It's not serving any purpose for me to be hanging on to, 12 trillion freaking slime balls. So if somebody needs some, I'll give them some. If they offer to pay, I'll take a stupid low price for them. Because they're just sitting there. So I needed a little bit. Now I have entirely too much. Like, I've even thought about just disabling my slime farm because I will never use that many. I mean, I could make a shop, I guess. But hi, you're new? Hi, new. Ha. That was totally never a joke you've ever heard before. Just saying. I'm doing all right. How you doing? You haven't watched since season 3? Well, what the hell is wrong with you? Huh? That's it. You, me, 1v1, B-dub-dubs. Okay? That's it. I ain't taking your crap and... No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Once we get this opened up, we can actually see like what's going on here and then get a better feel of what we want to do with it. So if you're curious what I'm doing, that's what I'm doing. Just trying to get a feel for the area to see what should go where and whatnot, which goes back to what I was saying earlier about how I like to build my bases and stuff. I like to look at the land and see how what I'm thinking will fit there. Okay, sorry, I was catching up on chat. Loving the vibes? Good. Welcome. We're a very chill place. We like to keep it that way. So, yeah. As long as, you're chill and like to keep it chill, then you're more than welcome. If you start getting a little out of hand, I've got some mods that haven't had to sharpen their band hammers in a bit. And they would love nothing more than to start dropping hammers, okay? So, and they have full reign, okay? Just so you know, they don't have to ask me to ban somebody, okay? They have full reign because I trust them. So, I don't need to be like, yeah, you can go ahead and ban that. We don't need like a meeting in the middle of the week to discuss whether or not we should have banned somebody. You throw hate toward anyone or anything, pretty much. I mean, you're gone. Like, that's just the way it is. You advertise your stuff, like your stream, your YouTube, your, I don't care what it is, you advertise it, you're gone. Like, there are, I don't do it. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So my mods know what's up, and they will drop hammers everywhere. So well, I mean, so Cray, there's levels of trust, okay? I trust you to mod the channel. Do I trust you to use my internet search browser? No. See, there's different levels there, okay? Those textures of the items are clean. I agree. It's nice, ain't it? Mm-hmm. It looks good. Thought I heard somebody. I heard you, suckwad. What? You don't want to go on the fire? Fire hot. Me not touch fire. You're dead. Okay. What are the different it was a joke. Zombie Cleo is celebrating her birthday. Can we go leave her a cake? You don't have a cake. How do you even make a cake? It's like some eggs and milk and sugar and stuff. I crafted a cake once, I think, in modded. What? Hello? Who? Where? Where are you? Hi! Oh, you suckwad. Get out of here. What? Who? Hi! Uh-huh. I know you were coming. Oh, look at you with your gold pajamas on. Oh, that's cute. And you're dead. Thank you very much for the 5 tier 1 subs. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. And Chapo, thank you very much for the prime resub of 8 months. I appreciate that as well. Thank you. Thank you. Butter jammies? Yeah. Oh, this place is starting to look... Oh, you suckwad. You go away now? No? Okay, it's going away. Okay. But is it 118 or... This is 118.2. I heard somebody. Sounded like they were back this way. May have been underground. Hmm. It's the boogeyman? It is. It's the ghost of old butter jammies. Hello. Ow. That hurt. Oh, we're about at... Oh. Okay. Aha. Perfect. That's why that was there. That's why I put it there. I don't care what anybody says. How many mods are there in total? What, like channel mods or what? What? Have you played any good pranks on Corrales this season? Haven't seen all the videos yet. Been busy, but I will catch up. Well, during Secret Fools, yeah. Of course I'm a professional, Fitz. You know this by now. Jeez. I am all the professional, okay? Oh, yeah. Looking much clearer. Oh, my God. I didn't even... It wasn't registering that there was all... You know what? Oh, we could even rebuild that portal. Ooh. Or just leave it all decrepit. We'll have to think about something cool to do with that portal. Twitch mods that I trust for cleaning the chat with a banhammer? Pretty much anyone. Like, if they're a mod, they're a mod for a reason. They've been here for a while. They know what's up. They know the rules. They know that I... Yeah. They know what's up. Are you despawning? You are. Okay. I mean, there are people that that I've modded that I don't expect to mod. Like, I've modded, I think, every hermit that's ever been in the channel. But I don't expect them to mod. I just modded them so it's easier to see when they chat and stuff. But the rules here are pretty simple. Just don't be a douchebag and you'll be fine. Like, just don't be a douche. That's pretty simple. Sometimes people don't get it, but for the most part, we have a very, very chill stream. Every once in a while, people get rowdy, and it gets taken care of pretty quick. Do you think Pooping Evolved will return for Arc 2? I feel like some will, but it definitely will not be the Pooping Evolved you once knew. I don't know how much longer Slip is going to be on hiatus. So depending on when Arc 2 comes out, he's probably not going to be part of it. Obviously he's welcome to, but yeah. That's if it even happens. I will have to play Arc 2 before I decide to do anything with it. Because if it's anything like Arc 1 and it has all the same BS happening, then I will not be playing Arc 2. Yeah, we're all still in a Discord together, and I've talked to Slip many times since Arc. I've popped into his streams a couple times and just chatted on Discord and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, there are people that I don't keep in touch with, but that's because they were, you know. How do I put that without... Like, how do you call somebody a douchebag without calling them a douchebag? How do you do that? Sorry. Some people just... I don't... some people just aren't meant to be around other people, I want to say. Like, I know it's, you know, hot takes and blah blah blah, but whatever. Some people just they weren't in it for the group. They had the understanding that the group was in it for them. If you get what I'm saying. Know what I mean? And I'm not good with that. I don't like that. I think if you're going to be in a group, you should be in it for the group. You know, obviously you got to get yours, but yours shouldn't like interfere with the group. This freaking thing. Are we good? We're good. Are we good? Good. No, Z was in here just the other day. Was last weekend, wasn't it, babe? Yeah. I mean, like Zul'jin, he's taken a different direction with his, you know, with his content and stuff, which, you know, that's his choice, obviously. So I don't know that if we did do Arc 2 stuff, that he would even be interested. But you never know, you know. What did I miss? Guernsey Donkey, thank you very much for the 14-month resub. Mama Drama, thank you for the 100 bits. Says, hi XB, hello. Gavster, this freaking guy. Thank you for the 36-month tier 2 resub. Jeff, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime. Mama Drama, another 100 bits. Lalo Cry with the 500 bits. Says, good morning, XB. Loved your last episode. You, Krallis, and Hypno made me laugh so much my face still hurts today. Hope you are feeling better. Feeling a bit better, yes. I'm glad you enjoyed. That was a great episode to make. Like, that was... I love those episodes. You know how easy it was to make that episode? It was so easy. Like, it was so easy. And it was amazing. I love it. Ferk's getting her drink on already, Ani? Is that what's happening? Nah, Gab, you know how it goes, man. You got to take care of you before you worry about somebody else. You can't take care of somebody else if you're not in a good place yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to make sure your stuff is good before you can even think about others, you know? So. And by your stuff, obviously, I mean, like, family and kids and whatever, you know? See, and this is why we don't trust Kratos with our internet browsers, okay? Ooh, a little bit of a cough there. Okay. This is looking... Yeah. And I mean that. That wasn't very nice. Good. Oh, well, there's a freaking tree. Why y'all not tell me there was a tree right here? Okay. I feel like we're starting off on the wrong foot. Nobody's like, XB, yo, dude. That's not despawning because there's a freaking tree right there. And it's very upsetting. What's up, the beard? Are you the beard, though? I mean, that's a pretty bold claim. Okay? Which kitty cat are you? Kitty cat. Hi, kitty cat. Bye, kitty cat. Gavster with the 5 gifted subs. Thank you very much, kind sir. I appreciate it. Get some love in the chat. Bam. Okay. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, that's so much better. Okay. Oh, almost. I'll show you a beard. Bam. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, so that's Impulse's beard. I bought it for like a diamond block, and then he pretty much just gives them away to everybody else. I feel like that's a little rude. Just saying. Okay, let's go take another look. We got to figure out where the path is going to be. So we're going to have a path at some point that's going to come from like down in this kind of area somewhere. And then it's going to come up the hill. I think we're going to wind it. So it's going to come up this way, turn, and then come up this way. Uh-huh. Creeper's helping already. Good job. And then it'll connect to here and then go this way. And then what is all of this? Oh, that's... Okay. Yeah. So I feel like this here could probably die in a fire. There's no point to this. That's one heck of a first step right there. Good, Gem. Good. It's good for the heart. You know, it keeps the blood flowing and stuff, right? What's up, Jem? How you doing? Oh, Jem's AFK, is she? Hmm. Prank time? I'm not a. I don't prank. I'm not good at it. I don't do it. My pranks always end up being gifts because I feel bad for pranking people. And I'm like, man, they're gonna have to clean this up, so I give them stuff just to try and make up for it. So the corral, yeah, but it turned into a gift. Did you see the stuff I put in the chest? I felt bad because I pranked him. Even though it was like something he signed up for and completely deserved. Like that, he deserves to be pranked every day for the rest of the season. Like just cause. You know? But I still felt bad. And then he killed me and I'm like, wow. Wow. That's rude. And then like there was me and Corrales were like shooting at Jem one day, right? And Corrales just totally goes over and takes Jem's side. Like rude. He's like, "Oh, it can't be 2-on-1." And I'm like, "Well, what is what is this? This is 2-on-1." Jem was doing fine. Jem can hold her own, okay? What is this? Why is there... What the... Hello? What is happening here? Ooh. You advise caution? Yeah, I don't even know what that is. That's just so random. Oh, this is so much better. All right, so what we could do... Oh, floaty block. If we build like a town hall type structure right up in this kind of area place, then, I mean, I think we're just going to take out all these buildings just because it's... What's up, Melon? How you doing? Me with a bow is like an army? I'm decent with a bow sometimes. There's times where I can't aim for... I just can't aim. All right, so I guess we can start just by demolishing, right? Are there any actual houses over there? Doesn't look like it. All right, I guess we'll start at the bottom and work our way up. Not everyone can be Hawkeye. No, I would like to blame Minecraft mechanics for my horrible aim sometimes, but sometimes it's just me. It's bad. It's bad. Why is XP destroying my village? You want me to destroy your village? I can do this. If this is what you really want, Hypno, you just let me know. I am willing to make this sacrifice for you. You just say the word, and it's gone. Okay? I got lots of gunpowder. I can afford lots of sand. Game on. Okay, I'd rather have the logs than seeds. Thank you. I should have put her for fly. Ow. I always nail it. Nailed it. Okay. That's a lot of stuff. I think part of this we're just gonna let despawn because why not? It is first try. What? What kind of... You know, sometimes people type things in chat that just make you go, what the actual are you talking about? Like, did you, like, read that before you hit enter? Or what? I feel like the answer to that is no. No, I did not read that before I hit enter. Poor village. They're gonna have like a nice place to live. Okay, they're already living it up down there. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. There's only 2 villagers living here right now. They've got houses. For now, it's okay. They'll be fine. Okay, nice. I wonder if Gem is still offering, you know, because I had a coupon, right, from season 8 for a free birch tree. Wonder if that's still being honored. I feel like it should be. Just 'cause, right? Favorite quote from the Hermits in season 9? It's fine. It is fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. What's up, Phenol? How you doing? There's no expiration date legally, she asked. She probably heard me bring it up and then like went AFK from chat. How does one sit on chairs? You just put your butt on it? I'm destroying the village because I'm going to rebuild it. Yeah, like Ferk said. I'm going to build it the way I want it. So. I mean, probably not today, necessarily, but it will be rebuilt. The only two houses I'm going to leave are probably the two with the villagers in it, right there. Everything else would be filled in and taken out. Gonna build back better. Hello, SD. How you doing? Have you poked Lady Rain in the ribs lately? If not, you should probably do that, because why not? Doing all right, WXYL. How you doing? AJPL Gaming, thank you very much for that Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate that. Get some love in the chat. You know, I would bet, okay? I would bet good money. There are people, right, in this chat right now, believe it or not, that have unused Twitch Prime subs. Guaranteed. Okay? And you know who you are. You know who you are. So what you should do, okay, is bring up Zombie Cleo's channel and give her your Prime sub. Okay? You do that and we'll get along just fine. Because it's Zombie Cleo's birthday. And so you should give her your Prime sub. See? You haven't used it. Go give it to Cleo. And say happy birthday. She is still streaming, right? Hopefully she's... I mean, even if she's not, just give it to her anyway. You can sub when a channel's offline. Am I excited for Etho's... Wait, who's Etho? Sorry, I don't know that name. That sounds made up. You're gonna go mine for diamonds? Minus 54. That's the best. That's the place I found I've had the best luck with diamonds. Or the level, I guess. Oh, Kratos. Oh, Kratos. Well, most of that can despawn. Goodbye. I don't know who put these giant holes and staircases below these houses, but I need to have words with them. It was probably Hypno. And he probably did it to this one too, huh? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Jerk. Freaking jerk. Blame Hypno for everything. It's always Hypno's fault.
Dang it, Bobby.
Dang it, Bobby. Who did it? Oh, the beard. The beard. Thank you very much for playing that sound. In case you're curious, there are sounds you could play on the stream. If you hover over the stream, you should see like a little thing on the right side. You click it, play sounds and stuff. It's pretty cool. Nope, didn't want that. If you think that's bad, I should see what you did under my base. Man, I told you to keep that in the privacy of your own home, okay? Remember we talked about this. You should do those things in private. Okay? Thanks for letting you know it's Cleo's birthday. No problem. If she's still streaming when we're done, I plan to send you all over there. So, just so you know. Never put a hole in another man's base. Or other things, yeah. See you later, the beard. Have a good one. Emeralds on the ground? Yup. There sure are. There's emeralds in the ground now. Because I killed them. I killed them dead. I mean, was there really an emerald economy, though? Are emeralds really worth anything? To begin with? I mean, really? If you've got a villager trading hall, you've already got emeralds, right? So other than that, I don't really see the value. Did we? Oh. Rip. You have to go feed some horses? But is a horse a horse? Of course. Did I ever think that the villagers liked their village the way it was? Did you see when I opened the path to go down into the cave? Did you see them? Hmm? Did you see it? Because if you did, you would know. They didn't like it. They were more than happy to. How? How, from there, do you end up there? How? Like, how does this happen? You mother... Oh, it's gonna have some momentum, all right. Believe that. Why do you keep finding redstone? Tell me about it. I mean, don't, because I know what you're feeling. Okay. I have, I think, 20 some stacks of redstone ore that I will never use. Thank you very much for resubscribing for 2 months. Says, good morning, XP. Sounds like you're feeling better. Feeling a bit better. I did just have to mute for a second to cough and then pop a cough drop in my mouth. But other than that, yeah. It's one of those things that, like, the more I talk, the worse it gets, you know? Cashmere Witch, thank you very much for the 300 biddies. I do. Oh, we got another hype train. No, y'all gonna let this one die too? Like, what's happening? Is that the day we're gonna have? Huh? One where y'all can't do a hype train? Is that what we're working with today? Is that the kind of day we are having today? Anonymous, thank you very much for the 20 bits. Supplicant, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Thank you. Beta with the 10. Count 'em 10. Gifted subs. Aw, yeah. Thank you. We're at almost 30 of 50 for the sub goal. Nice. That's pretty freaking awesome. We're getting there. Freaking getting there. Doing work. Give you my credit card numbers? What? You don't want my credit card numbers. My credit score went down. Okay? It went down. By like, what was it, like 6 points? Yeah, you don't want my credit cards. Lala, thank you very much for the 3 gifted subs. I appreciate that. Vanessa, thank you very much for subscribing. SC Ladybird, thank you for the 200 bits. Thank you. I appreciate that. Probably those charges you've been making. I don't doubt it. It's probably that freaking Ninja air fryer. Why does my game look so crisp? Probably because of the texture pack. It's one of those. So I'm very snobby when it comes to like video quality. Like a lot of people have switched over to OBS, which is fine. Which I'm talking about like YouTube now. Okay, YouTube videos. A lot of people have switched over to OBS for recording, and it's fine. But I personally can tell the difference between what I use is Action. It's called Action. And OBS. I can tell the difference just by watching the video. I mean, maybe that's just it's not a huge difference, but it's enough of a difference that I stick with action, even though action is slowly but surely gonna, not work anymore, because I'm using like a really old version of action because it was the last working version of action. So what is action exactly? It's a screen recording program. Hello, Magical Sonic. So action is it's still in development. Like they're still developing it. Like they're still working on it. The problem is, so with the version of action I'm using now, I can have 2 instances of Minecraft running, and I can record one while I play on the other, right? So that's how I do the cam accounts, right? But with updated versions of action, if you have 2 open and you try to record your camera account and then you switch to your main account, it'll actually switch recording to your main account as well. I don't even have to look to see who did that. And bless yourself. Oh, good stuff. Oh, good stuff. Gotta love it. Who's Pete? First it was John, and now it's Pete. What is happening? We never even figured out who the heck John was, okay? Now there's Pete? Wow. Holy dang. Oh, come on. We're almost level 4. Oh, it's going to die in a fiery inferno. Oh, no. Nice. Coping with cheese. Coming in with the clutch. Holy dang. That was straight clutch right there. Nice. Purple Fuzzy Hippo, thank you very much for the 200 bits. Coping with cheese, thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs. Appreciate your face. Not letting everybody on the freaking hype train crash and burn and die. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Coping with Cheese gifting a sub to Havarti. Nice. Cheese is awesome. I've never used it as a coping mechanism, but now I'm kind of wondering, is that the play? Poster Nerd with 100 bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Obviously, if the hype train does end, it's fine. I will just be very sad. And I will hold it against you guys for at the very least, 3 seconds. Okay? Like, and you don't want that. You don't want that. Toshiro, thank you very much for resubscribing with Twitch Prime for 34 of the months. Hello.
F when we crack ref 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 when we crack
Oh, it's so good.
crack ref when we crack.
It kind of makes me wonder what it would do with other names. Like, would it screw up Hypno's name? I mean, not that that's like a, you know, not already a screwed up name, but. When was that added? That's always been a thing. Well, for years. So if you give 1,500 bits or donate $15, and then you put in a message, the text-to-speech will read out what you said. So it's been a thing for years. Oh yeah, I don't have my helmet on. It's because I was showing off my awesome beard. But I already did say that a lot of this is just going to despawn because I don't care. I think we've done it, except for these little deals. And then we got that farm over there. But other than that, I think we're pretty clear. Oh, we got this guy. Oh, we're so close. We're 27% away. Okay? From level 5 hype train. 27%. What is that? 27%. Supplica, thank you very much for the 200 bits. Appreciate that. Jeff gifted a tier 1 sub. Thank you very much. Toshiro with the, what? Toshiro gifted a tier 1 sub. Thank you very much. And Beta with 10. Count them 10 gifted subs. Oh, baby. Look at that. See, I knew y'all could do it. I had faith in you. Okay? I had faith. What? Hello? Kamikaze, thank you very much. Is it? Do you just say it kamikaze or is it different? Like I don't. Thank you for the. Oh God, that was so. Oh. Nothing. Nothing. Did you see how close I was to that clay? Did you see? Did you freaking see? It was really okay. Oh God, we're so just garbage every. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Look, it fits right here. Perfect. Look at this. Look at this. You see this? Bam. Look at that. Perfect. You love my hole? It's a pretty glorious hole. It is. Thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs. Did you say how to say the name? No. I'm gonna call you Kamikaze because until I know otherwise. For Kirk with the 1,500 bits says I had to with hypnotized. Of course I put random things everywhere. This is, have you ever played mine? You know what? Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Hypno talking crap. Let's just go take a peek, and see what we got working over at Hypnospace. Okay? Hypno, is there anything spoiler over there? Or what's going on? I better not see one chest or one shulker or anything, or I'm gonna break it and everything will despawn. That's the rules that I just made up just now. Okay.
Had to try it. Hypnotized, hypnotized, hypnotized.
Ha! See, it says Hypno's name. You just got a weird name, babe. That's all that is. Hey, what is this? Look at this random chest here with a random shulker in it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Talking crap. Look at all these random chests. Look at them. You don't even have a roof, and you're talking about my chests? Come on, guy. Come on. You're better than this, Hypno. You're better than this. Oh, hi. I brought a friend for you. Something ain't working, dude. Who broke it? Is there a... It's broke. He had a roof earlier. Did he, though? Did he? Or did he hide it under a bandana? The fact that there's nothing on top and only around the sides. I didn't break anything. It was broke when I got there. Maybe if somebody with some skill would have built it, it would have been fine. That's all I'm saying. Harsh? Have you seen the way Hypno talks to me? I mean, I feel like that was nowhere near what it could have been. Oh, come. It's not broken. I mean, there was stuff just sitting on the ground, not doing anything. It looks pretty broken to me. I mean, unless the point of your farm is to let stuff despawn instead of actually collecting it, then it's a little broke. Hypno loves you. You can feel it in his voice. Wait. Nice. All right. I think other than these two, so we're going to have to figure out what to do with these guys. For now, they're just going to chill. And I think this part we could probably just take out this. And then when we take out that building there, this will be part of just like a path down, I think. Yeah. And then we can have houses up through here. Wait, Hypno was there? I thought it was iJevin. I mean, according to a comment on my video, it was iJevin and not Hypno. So, just saying. Because, you know, they sound exactly the same. So, how do you even know which one it was? Okay. So we'll just, I mean, that's kind of, that could be a river. That could be a river. Wow, there's even path. What is going on? Wow. Jeb, fix your game, bruh. Okay. Jevin and Hypno are different people? Nope. Same person, same voice, same. Wildly Coyote, what's up? Why is everyone from Wisconsin so kind? Because they're full of cheese and beer. You can't be full of cheese and beer and be mean. That's just not possible. Try it. Like, but not, no, definitely not cheesy beer. And definitely not everyone from Wisconsin is nice. Okay. So if we're going to put a river there, where should it start? Because I'm kind of thinking what'll happen, right? Because it comes from underground. And so we'll continue it underground from up here somewhere. So we can have it maybe start up here somewhere. And then it kind of runs and then maybe comes off this. And we turn this into like a little waterfall. And it goes down underground and then comes back out over there. I think that'd be kind of cool. This is mostly just me planning and thinking and figuring what I want to do. And then at some point we'll do the things. What do I think about the 119 fireflies that Mojang is not going to add? Whatever. I'm waiting for the slabs and stairs and walls update myself. So I'm good with no fireflies. What am I planning to do in the 119 update? Probably the same stuff I'm doing in the 118 update because there's not really anything groundbreaking. Slabs and stairs for concrete is under review. How do you get that? Frogs are cute, yeah. But, I mean, they're mostly useless, aren't they? Mostly? No more dirt. Yeah, frog light. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Oh, God. One of these days, it's gonna happen. Especially once, like, the thing gets in there that I plan on putting in there, the thing's just gonna all over the wall. I had dirt in here somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh, you know what? I think I put it in the dump chest. Yeah, I put it in there. The warden? What about the warden? The warden's kind of useless too. I'm not saying that like the warden isn't cool or anything. Like I said, I think that there should be slabs, stairs, and walls for all, like pretty much all the things, like concrete. Like how long has concrete been in the game? I don't understand why there's such an issue with it. I know at one point someone from Mojang said that it was limited creativity, which I don't agree with at all. Like not even a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. I don't get it. How dare I not manufacture enthusiasm? Yeah, I know. I know. It's one of my many faults is I tell it how I feel it instead of how I think game devs would want me to tell it. You know how many sponsorships I've been denied because I told them I'd be honest? They're like, oh, we'd love to work with you. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm going to be honest, right? And if I don't like it, I'm going to say I don't like it. I'm going to say what's wrong with it and what you could possibly do to make it better. And they're like, well, at this time, we're currently not. I'm like, really? Really? Okay. What do I think about vertical slabs? I think vertical slabs are, I mean, I just want normal slabs. You know? Like just normal slabs. We can worry about vertical slabs later. You can kind of use walls as vertical slabs. Yeah, kind of use. Not completely use, but yeah, there's zombies in that wall somewhere. Where are you guys? Ah, hello. Hi! You're dead. And you're dead. Oh, tricky. And you're dead. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Aha, hello. Okay. It's really weird. So speaking of Culver's cheese curds, depending on the Culver's we go to in our town, the curds are very different. Like one of them has like this seasoned or something. Where are you? Oh, hi. Like it's got a seasoning in the breading that's kind of weird. But if we go to another one, they won't have the seasoning in the breading. It's just so weird. And A&W needs to stop getting rid of their frickin' sriracha cheese curds. because those things are amazing. Like, they're so good. And we tried, okay? We got their cheese curds and we added our own sriracha, and it just wasn't the same. They did something with it that made it good. Well, and that's the same thing. Like, we went to a Culver's in Arizona, and I got a butter burger, and it was kind of whatever. But then we came here, and now my favorite burger from Culver's is the butter burger because it's actually good. So it's one of those things, like, depending on where you are and where you're getting it from, you know? Eagle Gamer, thank you very much for the 32-month Prime resub. I appreciate that. Culver's uses local sources. Like, the A&Ws I went to when I was a kid in Michigan, I think are far better than the A&Ws that we have here. I mean, we have one near us, but the one, well, and you know, from what I remember, they were better. They may not have actually been better. Like, they had frosted mugs, and they had, you know, like all these just little things that made them better, I think. I don't know. You know what's good from DQ? If you've got a DQ chill and grill or whatever it's called, there's the loaded A1 something burger. Really good. Like, really good. Kyle, thank you very much for the 19-month Prime. Appreciate it. Whataburger is the best? Yeah. I don't know about all that. Alright, so stone we have sorted. We don't have cobble sorted. I think we have grass sorted. We have andesite sorted, so I don't know how that got in there. We have diorite sorted. I didn't start the food talk. It wasn't me. I hardly ever start the food talk. Oh, speaking of Mexican food, we got this place here, Riviera Maya. Holy crap. Like, it's better Mexican food than what I could get in Tucson, you know, when I lived in Arizona, which is, like, you know how sad that is? Except for, there's obviously an exception, which is BK's. No, not Burger King. And I think I have Blackstone sorted too. Flamethrower burger? Never heard of it. Whopper Jr.? Yeah, but I wasn't talking about Burger King. Burger King, I went to Burger King, God, what was it, like 4 years ago, I want to say? And it was not good. Like, not good at all. It was really, really bad. And I haven't been back since. Like, every time I see a freaking Burger King now, I'm just like, ugh. Like, just the memory of that disgusting taste comes back. You have yet to find a good Philly cheesesteak in Arizona. There used to be a place called Philly's Finest. I don't know if they exist anymore, but they had a fairly decent one. I wouldn't say it was great, but it was passable. They had a good one. Yeah, KFC is very, very hit and miss. Hit or miss, I guess. Or hit and miss. What we've been doing is, like, Ferks will want coleslaw, so we'll go to KFC for coleslaw, but we'll get, like, the rest of our food from somewhere else. Oh, you want to die? You did. All right, so where does this go? So this goes up. Okay, so that. Oh. Hi. So that could. Oh, bow battle. Ha! I win. So, trying to think of where that river could go. Oh, what? What was that? Stupid game. The river, if it comes, I guess we could have like a pond right here. And then maybe we could just let it go this way and it'll go wherever it goes. Maybe it probably just down in there. I think that could work. What did that tree do to me? The same thing that all the trees around here did. Absolutely nothing. But I chopped them anyway. Yeah, if you ever get a chance to go to Tucson, Arizona, I know you're thinking, why would I go there? I don't know. But if you ever do, go to a place called BK's. It's on First Avenue. It's a Mexican joint, and they have like the best Sonoran style hot dog in existence that I've had. Okay, because I don't know if the ones from like Sonora, Mexico are better or not. They're supposed to be authentic, but you know, I think at one time Taco Bell claimed to be authentic, and we all know how that turned out. So can you go away now? Okay, so yeah, where were we gonna? This is where we're gonna put the town hall. So I'll have to get on designing one of those. Actually, we should push it this way. We'll push the town hall this way, and then we'll have like the main path, right? No, I never said Tucson's horrible. It's just not like a major tourist destination. Okay. Like people, it's not like people are sitting there and they're like, well, do we go to Hawaii? Do we go to Tahiti? Do we go to Tucson? Options. You know? It's kind of like, do we go to Death Valley or do we go to Wisconsin? Of course you go to Death Valley. Why wouldn't you? Tucson is not a cool place to visit. Nope, it's very warm. Very warm. Yeah, I was joking, Purple Fuzzy Hippo. It was a joke. But you see, but like, I don't really see Wisconsin as like a huge tourist destination either, unless you're like a really big Packers fan. Know what I mean? I'm talking tourist destinations, not places that you've lived and would love to go back to or anything like that. Just like if you were gonna go on vacation. Okay? Vacation. Go to Wisconsin if you love cheese. Cheese, beer, and the Packers. Like, that's Wisconsin. But then again, like, aren't the Swiss known for cheese? Aren't, like, the Swedes known for cheese? You see what I'm saying? Like, right? That's all I'm saying. You know, like there's options. Okay, don't just go with the first thing. That yeah. Anyway, thank you for gifting that sub, but unfortunately, I think that is going to do it for today. So hopefully, some people saved up some subs and gift subs and you know stuff like that for Cleo, because we're gonna go say hi to Cleo. Raid Zombie Cleo. It is Cleo's birthday, so make sure to wish them a happy birthday. If you do still have a sub or gift sub or Prime or anything like that, please give it to Cleo. And thank you. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream, and I'll see y'all next time.